There's a part of the GTAV map Rockstar has never shown us, not once. And that's not an accident, that's on purpose. But before we get there, let's talk about something smaller first. Something most people completely missed. Rockstar apparently simulated the physics of liquid inside a bottle. A character walks around holding a drink, and the liquid actually moves and sloshes with every step, like it's real. That's not something most games bother simulating. And once you start looking for details like that, you realize this game is full of them. So today I'm going through the ones that actually matter, and I'm saving the biggest mystery of all for the end. Let's start with water, because Florida is basically defined by it, and Rockstar clearly knew that going in. Waves apparently push wet sand up the shoreline. A boat's wake leaves a visible trail of clearer, oxygenated water behind it. And there's light rippling across the seafloor exactly the way it happens in real life when sunlight passes through moving water. Almost no open-world game bothers rendering something like that in real time. The weather feels just as obsessive. People who actually study storms for a living have looked at the game's atmospheric behavior and pointed out that it looks accurate, not just a generic rain effect, but something that mimics how real weather systems actually build and move. The wildlife pays attention to you too. Dolphins apparently swim up to boats out of curiosity, which is actually true to how they behave in real life. Alligators come in different sizes, suggesting bigger ones might mean a tougher fight and a better reward. Similar to how hunting worked in Rockstar's last big open-world game. And when a gator moves through shallow water, the plants around it get pushed and displaced, instead of just sitting there like a flat texture. Even the small ambient stuff got attention. NPCs go about mundane tasks, weed eating, blowing leaves, picking up trash, just living their lives in the background. Leaves get caught in the wind behind speeding cars. Debris reacts differently when it hits water. None of this changes how you play the game, but it changes how alive the world feels while you're in it. And characters aren't immune to the environment either. Sweat and sunburn apparently show up on skin over time, which suggests the game is tracking how you've actually been living in this world, not just how you look in a menu screen. That bottle detail from the beginning isn't a one-off, it's part of a bigger pattern. Jewelry and necklaces apparently move naturally with characters as they walk. Clothing and hair follow the same logic. Tires visibly deform under weight, a loaded vehicle shows real stress on the tire, while an empty one looks perfectly inflated, hinting at a handling system where a loaded truck should feel completely different from an empty one. Even the windshield wipers apparently function properly, which sounds small until you remember Florida gets rain almost daily. And when characters get hit, pushed, or knocked down, the reaction looks intelligent instead of scripted. Protecting the head while falling, reaching out to brace, grabbing at an injured spot. No two hits are supposed to look exactly the same. Off-road customization is apparently getting real attention too. Mud, dirt bikes, that whole backcountry Florida vibe most people don't associate with a GTA game, but that's actually very true to the state. Weapons can apparently be pulled directly from a car's trunk, which lines up with what people have been asking Rockstar for since forever, using your vehicle as an actual storage system instead of a menu that opens from thin air. Police reactions look more grounded too. It seems cops won't necessarily open fire on someone just for running, which if true, means a lot of encounters might turn into an actual foot chase instead of an instant shootout. Combine that with NPCs reacting to each other in the background, someone noticing another person nearby, someone stopping to photograph an animal, and it starts to feel less like a backdrop and more like an actual place with actual people in it. Now, remember what I said at the beginning, there's a part of this map Rockstar has never shown, and they've been completely silent about it. No footage, no screenshots, nothing. And that silence is starting to feel deliberate. Because buried in old debug material, there are references to things like a Bermuda Triangle mystery, a submarine, something described as lost at sea, and even a sea creature corpse. Put together, that sounds a lot like some kind of maritime mystery zone hiding somewhere off the coast, in the part of the map nobody's seen yet. We genuinely don't know what's out there yet, and honestly, I think that's exactly how Rockstar wants it right now. If you like this breakdown, drop a like, tell me in the comments what you think is hiding in that part of the map, and subscribe, because there's a lot more of this coming before launch. See you next time.